Hello, Lorain County basketball fans, and welcome back to another edition of In the Paint, brought to you by our friends over at First Federal Savings of Lorain. I'm your host, Rocco Nuosci. A big shout out once again to Kristen Bauer behind the camera. And tournament time continues here at the Chronicle, Telegram, and on WEOL. We are so excited to continue to follow the tournament trail for all of our local teams. The girls will be hitting districts this week as guys get sectional play underway. And before we do dive into the tournament talk, I do got to give a big shout out to the Columbia Raiders, who this past Friday night got a home win over the Oberlin Phoenix at their place. 74-63 was the final score there. Reese Miller had 27 points for the Raiders on senior night, a big performance for him. So congratulations to Coach Scharf and friends for getting a share of that Lorain County League title in year number 1. So let's dive into the tournament talk here, starting with boys sectionals action in Division 1. Avon Lake will be at Strongsville this week. It's been kind of an up and down season for the Shoremen so far. They got a decent squad. You look at guys like Matthew Stewie and Ryan York, who can do a lot of different things for that team. So a bit of an uphill battle for the Shoremen in tournament play, and they got a game at Strongsville this week. Elsewhere, you got North Ridgeville, a 26 seed. They will be at Westlake this week. For North Ridgeville, look, it kind of started slow for them this season. First-year coach Ben Chase has them slowly moving in the right direction, so hopefully the Rangers are able to get a win there over at Westlake. 19 seed Elyria hosts Medina Highland this week, and it all kind of starts with Ryan Walsh if you're the Pioneers, right? I think he's a guy that can really carry them to a lot of success, but one off shooting night for him, that could spell disaster for the Pioneers. So curious to see how that matchup for them works this week. And my eyes are on this Avon at Midview SWC battle on Wednesday. That should be a lot of fun there. Midview will host the Eagles. I know for Coach Brabennick, he knows this is a very good Eagle team. With guys like Max Emerine who can really fill it up. So, a Max Emerine and an Aiden Gregory matchup, I think could really, be a real fun one on Wednesday. That should be a lot of fun there. In Division 2, on the guys' side, some more great matchups here as 24-seeded Keystone will be at Canal Fulton Northwest. Now, this is an interesting one because Keystone, they didn't start the year the greatest in the Lorain County League, but you look at what they've done lately, and it's just been incredible what Coach Holzhauer has been able to do with that team over there in LaGrange. They've won 4 straight. That includes wins over Oberlin and Columbia, who are your co-LC8 conference champions. So, for Keystone, playing fantastic basketball right now. 2 guys in particular who we've talked about the last couple of weeks, Connor Rodick and Christian Paddocky. They really kind of help carry Keystone on both sides of the floor, for that matter. So I think that is a team to really keep an eye on moving forward, again, despite just being a 24 seed here in Division 2. Elsewhere in Division 2, you have 10th-seeded Brookside. They play host to Bay in the first round. Another interesting matchup here. I know we're kind of familiar with Bay, sort of in our area, and this is a good first-round test for Coach Larry Babix in his first year over there at Brookside. We'll see what kind of tournament success he can have. You look at a guy like Avery Young, and similar to guys like Ryan Walsh, that can really almost single-handedly carry a team to success, but again, just one bad shooting night can really spell disaster. So for Brookside, it's kind of a story of how far can Avery Young carry that team. Moving right down the line here, you look at Division 3, those Columbia Raiders who we just talked about. They're the top seed in their division for our local teams anyways, with a 4 seed. They await the winner of Brooklyn and Triway. That game is happening Wednesday, I believe, so Columbia will be in action Friday night against the winner of that one. And the team that Columbia beat to get a share of that Lorain County League title, Oberlin, they get the 5 seed there, another first-round bye. They await the winner of Manchester and Northwestern. That one is also on Friday. So that will do it for what's coming up on the tournament as far as the boys' side goes. A couple of other teams we didn't mention have games as well, so make sure you stay tuned to your local team's athletic site in the Chronicle, Telegram, and WEOL to see all of the matchups in our area. On the girls' side, we'll start in Division 3, actually, as Elyria Catholic will be meeting up with Chippewa in the district finals this week. That one is scheduled for 7:30 at Wednesday, and this is a very interesting Lady Panthers team. Maybe not, the dominant team that we're used to seeing from Coach Rothgary over there at EC, but still a very, very talented bunch. They beat up on Brookside the round before to get to this point, so they are very, very impressive. 3 girls to keep an eye on: Isabel Nieders, Carter McCrae, and Annika Bradel. They do a lot for this team. They all finished in double-figure scoring in that win over Brookside. So Elyria Catholic, they have some girls that can play, to say the least, and very excited to see what they can do in the tournament. And a big weekend win for the Lady Raiders of Columbia as they got a win over Andrews Osborne. That sets up a rematch with Loudonville, who just 2 weeks ago beat this Columbia team by 29 points. So Coach Corey Taylor will certainly have his work cut out for him as far as trying to figure out Loudonville this time around. Elise Champagne had 23 points in the weekend win for Columbia, so going to need some more of that if they hope to beat Loudonville later on this week. Well, I'll tell you what's coming up on WEOL. Here are the games that you can listen to live as far as tournament action goes. On Wednesday, it's a doubleheader on WEOL. One of the games we mentioned already, a sectional boys game as Midview hosts Avon. That one is at 7 o'clock on Wednesday on WEOL. And we have a bit of an unorthodox doubleheader going on that day as we have a 7:30 start time, that game that we just mentioned, Elyria Catholic and Chippewa. That one's also Wednesday night at 7:30. We're going to start that one on Stream 2 at WEOL.com, so make sure you find Stream 2 for the EC girls game. And then we will join that one live in progress on the radio after the conclusion of Midview and Avon. So again, 2 games on Wednesday, Midview and Avon at 7 on the radio, EC and Chippewa girls at 7:30 on Stream 2. And then for the rest of the week, you got to stay tuned to WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram. Still developing our tournament trail on WEOL, as you can call it, as we continue to follow our local teams to see if they win in advance. And that's what it's all about at this time of the year, survive in advance. So again, make sure you stay locked into the WEOL and to the Chronicle Telegram to find out what's happening as far as the tournament trail is concerned here in Lorain County. So that will do it for this week. Again, a full slate of games this week on WEOL. So make sure you check out the broadcast schedule there. Make sure you stay locked in with the social media accounts to see what's coming up. And again, best of luck to all of our local teams who are still alive this tournament season as they look to continue that search for a state title. So big thank you once again to Kristen Bauer behind the camera. And once again, a big thank you to our friends over at the First Federal Savings of Lorain for bringing you In the Paint, again, by First Federal Savings of Lorain. I'm your host, Rocco Nuosci. We'll see you next week.